All right. Welcome everybody to another episode of Simply Smarter Sales. I'm Paige O'Hilsky, your host, and with me today I have one of my favorite people, Caitlin Brama from Farm Credit Employees Federal Credit Union. She is the CEO there. Caitlin, thanks so much for being here.
Absolutely. I'm happy to join today.
Awesome. Well, I wanted to start out with just kind of your journey and how you got into the role you're in. I know you have started from a member service rep and gotten up to a CEO within 10 years, which is just crazy. And I wanted to just learn a little bit about that journey.
Absolutely. So you're right. I started as a member service representative in 2014. I, at the time, was just looking to get out of retail. As we all know, retail can be a little bit of a monster within itself, and I was looking for more consistency. So I just kind of looked around, found a member service rep position. I had dabbled in applying for banks earlier, but I I just went for the job at Heartland Credit Union. And so I didn't really go into it knowing too much about what a credit union was. I just knew it was a financial institution, but it brought consistency, which I was looking for. A 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, minimal weekends. I could actually have a life again, which was very exciting and very promising. So yeah, I was at Heartland for a few years. I worked my way up. I leaned into becoming a yes person for better, for worse, and
Mm-hmm.
just put my foot to the gas pedal and tried accelerating as quickly as I possibly could. I moved into a lending role and then a call center supervisor role. So when I was leaving Heartland, it was for a branch manager promotion at another credit union, Anoka Hennepin. And again, just learned everything that I possibly could, started getting involved with the extracurriculars that the Minnesota Credit Union Network has to offer, like the Crew, Young Professionals, and Credit Unions for
Mm-hmm.
Kids. So was at Anoka Hennepin for a couple of years, made a switch over to Financial One, where we later merged with Magnify Financial. Still branch manager, but at this point in my career, I dabbled in a couple other additional educational, I don't know what you want to call them, just events. I
Mm-hmm.
became a certified credit union financial counselor. I attended the 12-month inaugural Trailblazers Executive Readiness Program. Like I mentioned before, I was already involved with the YP group here in Minnesota and also Credit Unions for Kids. I started getting involved in Twin Cities chapter, which now kind of leads into I was a full-fledged yes person. I just wanted to get into every corner of this credit union world that I possibly could.
Mm-hmm.
I drink the Kool-Aid. I still drink the Kool-Aid. It's a blast, and I definitely wouldn't be where I'm at today without those opportunities, without the help of Minnesota Credit Union Network and peers along the way, mentors. Right before I said yes to this conversation of just seeing what a credit union CEO role would look like for my future.
Mm-hmm.
I was just graduating from Trailblazers and the Tri-State Mentorship Program. So the mentorship for me did wonders. I mean, it really built my self-esteem within my role, within where I wanted to go as a leader in the industry. And I just said yes. I had a colleague reach out and say, "Hey, they're looking just for a conversation." I said, "Absolutely. Why not? It's just a conversation." So, it moved really fast. I had that initial interview in October, and by middle of December, I was offered the role and been here since January 2023. So,
That's
yeah.
crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
that's crazy to me, all you've done in such a short time. Fun fact, Caitlin is actually my mentor right now because I was so impressed starting off with all of her accomplishments that she's had so far. So, you know that I think you're so inspiring, and it's just great to hear that it's all possible. What challenges did you see along the way, either getting into this role or like along the way or in this role?
Definitely. One of the early challenges that I had is identifying that I was a yes person and that I had all the ambition, all the drive, but that wasn't always equally matched along the road. There still are day-to-day jobs, and being younger in the industry and knowing where I wanted to go, I had to learn patience and I had to learn grace and I had to learn to take no for an answer sometimes. And I kind of mean that in a little bit of a loose term. I would take no respectfully, of course, but I would understand the why behind the no. And I started identifying that for myself for a little time after that,
Mm-hmm.
after I started hearing no a little bit more frequently. I understood my why, my manager's why, and the organization. It came into just understanding, I would say, the whole purpose behind what
Mm-hmm.
drove my career and why I wanted to do these things. I had some really great leadership along the way help lead me to that mindset that I started developing. I was fortunate to get to go to Madison on a scholarship for the credit union developer and educator, which that is just a whole big why. Like that is probably like the tagline. It's why. Why are we in this? Why are we a
Mm-hmm.
credit union affiliate? Why do we do what we do? Why do we help people helping people along the way? So, um, swallowing some pride, learning patience was a little bit of an obstacle for me for a little bit, but it helped me grow, helped me accelerate actually in the long run. And then getting into this role specifically, I skipped all of the steps in between branch manager and CEO. So I had to come in and kind of learn on the fly a lot of stuff. My strengths were operations, front office, lending, teller work, just frontline items,
Mm-hmm.
dealing with being member focused and member facing. The back office was my opportunity to learn the most, in financials as well. Trailblazers helped kind of give a peek behind the curtain in a few of these different departments. But as a small credit union, I also have to wear multiple different hats. So that includes, I don't have a chief financial officer. I don't have a full marketing team. I don't have a full IT internally for us. So a lot of these things I had to learn along the way, budgeting and interpreting and completing a call report. I mean, I took over immediately on our call report, not knowing anything other than like page 2 and 3 that we went over in Trailblazers. So I had to find the information and all of those things. And also another major obstacle is our credit union has been around for 91 years this year,
Oh wow.
and my predecessor plus his right-hand gal, they've both been here for 40 years each. So practically half the life
Yeah.
of this credit union, the members were very used to a certain flow of
Mm-hmm.
operations. They were very used to the point of contacts, Brian and Teresa.
Mm-hmm.
So that was an obstacle within itself is gaining that trust. It's so personal, especially at a smaller level. It's very more intimate. It's a lot for these
Mm-hmm.
members to have someone that they've known for sometimes their entire credit union life to have that handed over to some chick off the street that had no relationship with the credit union before. So I definitely had to earn the trust and
Yeah.
build that rapport with the membership. Slowly but surely, we're getting there,
Mm-hmm.
and that's kind of what the initial obstacles have been.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit more about Farm Credit, just where you're at now, and then also what your goals are for this year and the future, and what you think about the struggles or even what you're excited about in the future with the credit union.
For sure. So our credit union is a select employee group based credit union only.
Mm-hmm.
So what that means for us is we're not open to the communities that a lot of credit unions traditionally are. um, Kind of an old school type mentality where it is only the employees of Farm Credit Services within their funding bank district. So we
Mm-hmm.
get into the weeds a little bit. It's a few different layers, but ultimately our membership is across about 15 different states. That's what the Agribank funding district of Farm Credit covers. And so there's multiple different organizations that fall under that umbrella. There's probably about 22, 23 sub-organizations that are allowed to be our members, them
Mm-hmm.
and their families. So
Okay.
what we're working on right now that we have for the last couple of years is just spreading the word, boots on the ground mentality,
Mm-hmm.
getting in front of these partners that we have and acknowledging and educating that we exist. We are their
Mm-hmm.
primary financial institution. At least we believe that we should be because of our size. I mean, a lot of people will look at a smaller credit union as with limited resources, but I feel like there's a definite caveat to that where flip it on its head and they have all the say. We are their credit union. We're dedicated to the employees of Farm Credit Services, which is a very unique place to be in and a very
Mm-hmm.
unique opportunity for the members to have an input. All credit unions are member owned. They all have a
Yeah.
voice. They all have that opportunity. So why not allow that across the board? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's a very special opportunity. So we've been sponsoring some of their events because each
Mm-hmm.
organization has their own conferences, their own all staff meetings. So
Yes, we
actually I have
do.
a staff member in Michigan right now with Greenstone Financial during their all employee meeting for 2 days. Just being present, being in front
Yeah.
of our membership, current and potential, educating them on the credit union difference as a whole, but also farm credit and why we belong as their number one choice. We have all of the products, all of the services that their financials in their communities have to offer, but we're
Mm-hmm.
unique in the fact that their voice matters. And we're preaching that, we're advertising it, we're living it, we utilize it. We have feedback all the time about what products and services they're seeing in their communities
Mm-hmm.
and what makes sense to them and their families. We're all about financial well-being, and we want to make sure that we're tapping into every corner of our membership with that. So we're creating new products, new promotions. Um, we're just getting in front of them. We're here to stay for another 91 years. So we want them to know that we're not going away anytime soon.
Yes, yes, I love it. So with being smaller, you lean on partnerships quite a bit, I'm assuming, correct?
Yes,
Okay,
absolutely.
yeah. So you are special to us because you work with both Choice Creative Solutions and Simply Focus with Choice Creatives. For those that don't know, is the marketing side of the side of the house, and then Simply Focus is obviously the Simply Focus product. So, um, what in what ways? First of all, actually, backtrack. What caught your attention from Simply Focus at the start? What made you ask for that second call?
It's literally in the name. And as cheesy as that sounds, like it is because think of my role, right? I am
Mm-hmm.
being pulled in 15 different directions all day, every day. And especially like those first 6 months to a year
Mm-hmm.
after getting a new CEO role, it's like blood in the water. Everyone is looking to have a conversation with you and do a demo and
Mm-hmm.
this and that. And I was approached previously. We had interacted with it was a representative from Simply Focus, and we had
Mm-hmm.
interacted through LinkedIn and social media, that channel, met up at a conference, and it was just, I heard how easy it is and how simple and straightforward it was. And in my life, I need simple, I need easy, I
Yeah.
need something that I can lean into with minimal effort and minimal work, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking for those partners where they take a lot of that pressure off of my shoulders, utilizing the product that Simply Focus has to offer with the application intake. It's been
Mm-hmm.
much smoother. It has been quick, efficient. It's created better relationships with our membership because
Okay.
they're able to get their questions kind of answered immediately. And their voice is heard right away. It's quick and to the
Mm-hmm.
point. I mean, our website coming into this credit union too needed a lot of love. So
Mm-hmm.
utilizing the service that Simply Focus had to redevelop our website, I mean, it's miraculous. I wish I had a before and after picture because it would blow everyone's heads off. It's
Yes.
just, it's so much more impactful and it's eye grabbing, and our memberships very much appreciate the
Mm-hmm.
fresh look. So I
I
think
love it.
that with marketing too, I mean, that was kind of a no-brainer. When we brought it up, it was just like, oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I've already seen everything that you guys have done internally, and I like what I see. It's modern, it's fresh, it's up to date, it's quick and to the point. Again, very simple,
Mhm.
straightforward, and that's what we need. We need to be competitive in an industry where everyone is looking for the grab, the attention grabber. And
Mhm.
especially with our credit union where we're trying to stretch across 15 different states, our
Mhm.
online presence is going to be one of the most important factors for us. We can't be everywhere all the time, so we need to be relevant. We need to be simple, straightforward, and not
Mhm.
create any headaches, which a lot of financial institutions can. That can happen very quickly and very easily. So again, marketing has been amazing. Just been a huge tool going into the new year since we partnered at the beginning of the year
Mhm.
for our membership and even my board of directors. They're really enjoying what they're seeing with our promotions and the graphics in front of them.
Awesome. That is great to hear. You are our best reference. Um, okay, so I've been speaking to a lot of credit unions around your size and their CEOs. What advice would you give to them if they were considering Simply Focused?
I would say definitely going with a open mind. I mean, it's sometimes I think that the idea of something so simple and straightforward can be intimidating because we're used to what's the catch? Where's the downfall? Where's the unproductive side
Mhm.
of what's in front of them? And honestly, this has done wonders. My staff loves the flow and the operation of Simply Focus, the email communications, the one-stop shop to analyze the whatever application comes in, whatever
Mhm.
point of
Yep.
communication comes in. And so there is no catch. It really is. It's not too good to be true. It is very easy and simple, straightforward, and it's definitely a benefit that is brought to the membership as a whole.
Okay. No, I love talking to you. I think this is a great perspective from another lens. So, um, I appreciate it. I mean, I guess we can end with what advice do you have for someone that's in your position or in the position you were in before that's trying to make it in the credit union industry because you have been so successful so quickly in this role?
Continue forward. I think that's kind of the mentality that I've had is that there's been definitely opportunities where I could just sit on the sideline and
Yeah.
take no for an answer wholeheartedly, right? And stay in my lane and not persevere, not push forward, but ask the questions, keep moving forward, keep finding your why, understand your why, and move
Mhm.
through that. I mean, I honestly remember having a conversation during a one-on-one in my days at Anoka Hennepin, and we were really good at understanding what our short-term goals and our long-term goals were. And at that time, long-term goals meant where do we see ourselves in the next 3 to 5 years? And
Mhm.
my thought was being on a train towards marketing or business development or staying within operations, but at an elevated role.
Mhm.
I had my manager ask if I ever wanted to be a CEO one day, and I said, absolutely not. Nope. It's not for me. It's not in the cards. I don't think I
Nope.
can take
Pass.
that. I don't think I can take that responsibility on my shoulders. And if I do, it's not 3 to 5 years. It is like 20, 30 years
Yeah.
from now.
Mhm.
So do not be closed-minded. Move through this with an open mind and clarity of understanding your why, your personal why. Because at the end of the day, you are going to be the only one that looks out for you 100% of the time. So keep moving forward, keep understanding your why, and just stay focused on what you want to do.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Again, you're one of my favorite people. It was great to have you on here. Um, that's all I have. So thanks for joining again. This is Simply Smarter Sales. See you later.